Welcome everybody back to the Awfully Good podcast with Rich and Mike. I'm your Saints guy, Rich, and I have Mike here in the background. Where you at, Mike?
Right here, baby.
There we go. And yeah, we are doing this live. I just saw it come up on Discord. We're going live. We were trying to get this thing together so we could do like a week one preview because we feel like we haven't done anything in a long time, even though the last show wasn't that long ago. We wanted to knock one out real quick, and we figured we'd try to rush one in without having to do a bunch of editing. So this is the easiest way to do it. Just post it live. Hopefully you guys can tune in and listen. Um, so what we want to talk about is the patch notes, and we want to talk about week one. So we're going to start with patch notes because we need to kind of talk about what happened today. It was a big title update. Mike, you have the notes in front of you at all?
No.
Okay, so it's just me.
Yeah. Come on
Okay,
now.
so
You know the rules. I don't do any work.
Yeah, I know. I just figured you might have pulled it up to kind of follow along. But,
I'm winging this. Fuck it. We're doing it live.
fuck it, we're doing it live. So, key highlights: new hit stick formula. I don't really know what all that's about. I guess it explains it further down. Less defensive knockouts versus possession catch, which I do like because I feel like possession catch did not matter at all.
It didn't exist.
Right. I didn't even see the animation for possession catch, much less actually doing anything.
I don't know if they messed with the animation at all, but I know there would be multiple times where I would do a possession catch wide open in the middle of the field. He'd take 2 steps and then get it knocked out.
That happened many times. It reminds me of Madden 16. Whenever we had the ag catch, we had all these new catches come in, and the aggressive catch was just so overpowering. And then Madden 17, there is no ag catch. It's in the game, but it doesn't do anything. So that's kind of what it reminds me of. But like possession catch was kind of like most people's go-to toward the end of the cycle last Madden, and then beginning of this year, it's just basically non-existent.
I haven't seen a lot of aggressive catching working lately. Because last year, if you high pointed it, it helped it a lot, but I don't usually remember to do that. So,
well, I know this year you have to use aggressive catch for high point because your guy won't jump if you try to rat catch. So you kind of have to use it, but I don't know if it gives you like this big advantage. Of course, we play on all Madden with pretty difficult sliders, so it's kind of hard to judge off of that. I'm sure playing in MUT or head to head, it may be different. With comp.
All I'm going to say is I'm tired of seeing the same wide receiver drop animations where the defender like grabs the ball from them and rips it out and everybody flails their arms around. Can I not see that anymore? That's all I'm asking.
So I'm okay with the animation if it would be more 50-50 balls in that situation, because it seems like when you do see the animation, that's it, the ball's coming out. So I'd like to see the wide receiver hold on to the ball when that happens.
I'm just not going to pass the ball.
Well, you can do that. Punt, or what was it? Run, punt.
No, just run, punt. You got to skip that. You got that extra down in there.
That's right. You don't want to, just in case.
They'll never see it coming.
Okay, so and the next one is play action pass blocking upgrade.
That's a big one. I think I've run a lot of play action, and about I'd say 75% of the time before you're even done rolling out, you're getting hit.
No, I agree. It happening often, but I kind of chalk it up to you're not running the ball enough. So maybe because I haven't played that many games of like user games, and it happened against the CPU, which is always kind of ridiculous. But it seems like I was thinking that maybe it was that I wasn't running the ball enough to fool them with play action. But maybe it's just because the pass blocking was ridiculous on it. So it would be nice to see it. My only issue with that is anybody who plays MUT right now or head to head. And I imagine we're going to see this in the league also, but guys run those play action crossers so much right now. Now they're just going to have more time in the pocket to run those plays.
Well, I think this patch, what they're talking about is mostly for a play action with a rollout, not just the general like shotgun looking like a read option or RPO type stuff.
So you think this is really like just a regular play action?
Yeah. Play action rollouts specifically.
Yeah.
But there's also a part of that is, I don't know if it's technically canceling play action, but they say you have, I don't know if you got it right there, the ability to like get away from it earlier by using the left stick or some shit.
Yeah, or you can just go the opposite direction, or you can use I think the right stick, like R2 turbo, and run the other way or something.
I don't know how I feel about that.
But I think isn't like we aren't allowed to cancel play action.
We are not allowed to cancel play action. Only losers cancel play action. Specifically, people.
So about that rule though, so canceling play action, can I hot route a running back to block on a play action pass, or I just can I not do that, or you know what I mean?
But then if you hot route the running back to block, then there's no play action animation.
Well, there's like a fake. I was doing it the other day, and like Breeze would drop back, and he'd almost go for a handoff, but he wouldn't. Like it didn't cancel it all together.
I don't know 100%, but I think the general idea of the rule is like if you have a play action, especially one of those rollouts, and you cancel it immediately, you have an extreme advantage over the defense, which is still reacting to the play action animation.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense. So basically, what it's saying, well, because I don't know if it. I don't know enough about it, I guess, because I don't know if hot routing your running back to block, if they still follow the play action animation, like they you know what I mean, like because it's a computer,
right?
It may just automatically still think because that play is a play action play that it reads it as play action.
I don't know. I've never done that. I'm not cheese like you.
So, all right, the next one is the new off-ball injury banner shows team and player. I love this one.
Thank God.
Exactly. Like it made no sense for it not to be in there. It's such a small thing to add, but it makes a big difference.
Like here's the thing. Like yeah, you're gonna figure out in a couple plays who got hurt, but for those few plays, you're mentally freaking the fuck out just looking around the field to see who the fuck's not there.
Dude, because you would just see injury, and then you come out the huddle. You're like, okay, is it my quarterback? Is it my running back? Is I don't know who it is. Was it my center? Man, it was just not that it matters. It makes no difference whether you find out now or later who it was, but at least you'd be, I don't know, I guess mentally prepared for it, and you'd see it right there.
It's one of those things that they take out and put back in, and we're all supposed to celebrate it, I guess.
Like most things.
Yeah. What else you got?
Let's see here. I'm going down the list here. There's things that we don't need to talk about, like change log.
You don't want to talk about the outside of the Atlanta Falcons stadium? I know how much you love the Atlanta Falcons and their owner.
I would love to hear about the outside of the Atlanta Falcons stadium. Who gives?
I hear the top of it looks like an anus.
It probably does, because it's filled with shit.
Oh, we're doing stuff now. Now it's getting real. That's what happens when it's live.
Exactly. Let's see. Added player name and team to injury. Like we just talked about all that crap. Okay.
Pay attention. God. Rookie.
Some of these I didn't even know were issues. So it's just kind of popping up.
I think catching run blocking was another one. They tuned block shedding down a bit because it was a little aggressive, you could say. So the run game, my favorite, could get a little boost here. That would be nice.
Yeah, I'm good. I like the blocking change because it's still from what I read and the way I'm interpreting this is that they won't have the block shed as early in the run, so it'll be even less -2, -1 yard runs.
Like even
how often do you see a big hole and you're trying to run to it and the guy just instantly sheds off and tackles you right there? You're like, man, I had the 1 yard, and now it's different if it's filled by a hole by a linebacker, but just the lineman just instantly block shedding,
or three of them,
yeah.
Just the difference between last year and this year in the amount of like instant block sheds is like incredible to watch because like you don't see like you're getting the back to the line of scrimmage at least or the 1 or 2 yards where last year it was a -2, -3 yard loss.
Right. I hated it. It made me hate running last year because it was so unrewarding. I had to run basically on 2nd and short because if I did it on 1st and 10, I might have 2nd and 4. So, it was frustrating.
Right.
The catching tuning to decrease frequency of defensive knockouts versus catches, especially versus possession catches.
We talked about
that. I'm okay with.
We already talked about that.
No. We talked about possession catches getting the tuning. This is just catching in general.
Oh.
Versus catches. It says versus catches, especially versus possession. So it's both. Which I like this because I know I've told you about this, and I know me and RFF I talked to him about it also. But I thought there were too many drops in general. I thought guys were dropping passes that shouldn't be dropped. And yeah, it probably does matter the level of receiver you have, but
I have Odell Beckham Jr.
yeah, and he definitely was dropping passes whenever we played. Or he dropped one big one for sure.
I don't like want to ask. I didn't want to ask for catching to get a boost because that's lame. But I was almost to that point.
Well, the way I explained it to RFF was that I don't. I said if I have an issue with the sliders, and I don't, but if there was one, it would have been the catching. And even though the catching is like 85, I thought was as high as it should be, and I didn't feel like it should be any higher than that. But it felt like there were still too many drops. You know, it's the NFL, man. They should be making these catches. Even guys that are like, you know, non, I guess even below average starting wide receivers, they make a lot of crazy catches in
Right.
traffic. So if the ball hits their hands, they should be catching it more often than not. Let's see. Players who disappear from the catch interaction. I don't know anything about that.
What they need to fix is the whole wide receivers going all fucking, ooh, no, I didn't catch the ball.
For sure. That shit, whenever it's a pick or something, and the wide receiver just stands there, I can't stand that. I don't know where that came from. That wasn't in previous versions. And then they
I
did
think
fix it.
it was in the beta, wasn't it?
I didn't have the beta.
Oh, yeah, you were one of those lamos.
Yeah. Well, I was lame back then. They fixed the fumble thing which I've seen many times where
They just run the fuck over it.
you just jump over it like it's a guy laying on the ground. Yeah, okay, so that's fixed. The blocking upgrade we talked about, where it was the play action passing and block sheds. Because rushing yards per carry is currently below our target range on all Madden. I wonder what their target is.
Where are they getting their stats from, though?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And then also what the target is. We slightly have decreased frequency of early block sheds on all Madden, tuning them a little bit towards the values used on all pro. Okay. Rushing yards per carry. I don't know what their target range is. That's what it keeps talking about. Post play, pre play, none of these matter. We talked about the field goal thing in the chat today.
The arc.
Yeah, the arc not being there, which again, I like it not being there sometimes. I feel it adds a little bit of some difficulty to it. Because man, seriously, every year, it doesn't matter what kicker I have, I'm gonna kick around 98% of them. A field goal is good.
Well,
I'm gonna seriously every season I have more field goals that are blocked than I do that are missed over 50 yards.
All I know is that if I do miss a field goal, I'm going to nail the fuck out of that kickoff right after it.
How does that work? Because you hit you hit it right where the meter is supposed to be.
Apparently, that's how it works. I miss a field goal badly, and then the kickoff is like just perfect every single fucking time.
The rare occasions that I do miss, it actually, and this is going to be a cop out to many people.
Lag. You gonna blame lag?
It's lag. It's the only time I miss them. It's lag. It's when the thing jumps off and it shoots it straight down, or it kind of freezes up. That's the only time I miss field goals. Other than that, I'm not missing a field goal.
I have missed a few game-winning and/or tying field goals because of that goddamn icing the kicker camera angle.
Really? Actually, I have missed one like that, but that was last year. I actually had a tie game because of that.
Ew.
I iced my opponent, and then he iced me. It was nuts.
All right.
Okay. So that's all of the patch notes we have to go over. There's not much else. You know, all the player likenesses, I really don't give a shit. I do think they look bad, but I don't know. Once we're playing the game, I'm not paying attention to what the guy looks like.
Like a lot of people like to freak out because the player's face doesn't look right, but he's wearing a goddamn helmet. This isn't the NBA where there's only 5 dudes on the field and you get super close ups on them.
Well, that is true because I imagine there's a lot more NFL players than there is NBA players. So you can actually go through and really, get their models right. But then also 2K is better than EA with the player models because if you played 2K last year and NBA Live last year, both of them had an app to scan your face and put your face in the game. and 2K looked 100 times better than Live did. With
Yeah.
2K, it looked like me in the game. On Live, I don't know what the hell I was looking at. So I guess it's just better with what they do. So maybe EA could improve on that, but that's not game breaking. I'm not gonna say the game's broken and unplayable because Alvin Kamara doesn't look like Alvin Kamara.
He ain't got his grill, yo.
Right. In fact, Kamara does look pretty good. It's Mark Ingram that looks nothing like Mark Ingram, but it's
Nobody
not game breaking.
cares about what your Saints players look like, bro.
Well, I do.
Like I said, nobody.
All right, you want to run down the week one?
You want to start at the game of the week, or you want to end there? It's already started. So
Game of the week's playing right now. We're gonna wait to the end so we can have a more accurate guess here. You know, we'll have a better guesstimate.
all right. Well, then let's start out with Palmer Bills versus Beemore Ravens.
Okay, so I gotta look at the teams real quick, but my guess is
Beemore is starting Lamar.
he's starting Lamar.
I assume Palmer is starting Josh Allen.
Well, that's gonna complicate things.
Go really badly for him, probably.
I probably should have looked at some of these teams before we started out.
You are so unprepared. You don't know how to wing it at all, do you?
I'm winging it by not being prepared. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bills. I think just because I think the Bills are gonna win. I have nothing to back that up though. I'm just gonna pick the Bills here.
I think they're both solid users, and I think they've got team-wise they've got good defenses. I just think that Josh Allen is going to be more inaccurate than Lamar Jackson will be, and
Whoa, where'd you
Jackson's
go?
gonna because he's cheese. Did I say that? Oh. So I'm gonna pick the Ravens because he's my boy.
You know, the Ravens. Okay, well, good enough for me. I mean, I don't see any reason.
Unless the Bills have a 5'8" wide receiver, then they're gonna win by a lot.
The Bills do have a decent secondary. That's what I'm looking at right now. I
Trey
don't see
White.
much else outside of that. Well, they have Micah Hyde, 92.
Jordan Poyer.
And Poyer, 89. So their secondary is pretty brutal. I'm going to stick with the Bills. I think it's going to be a defensive game, and I think the Bills are going to win with like 2 pick sixes.
Ooh, writing that down on an invisible piece of paper. Up next, we've got the New England Patriots of Bumble versus RFF and the Houston Texans.
You go first this time.
I'm going to go with RFF and that defense because he actually has a healthy J.J. Watt and Jadeveon Clowney and Deshaun Watson. And while Bumble has Tom Brady, that's like it.
I agree. I'm looking at the Patriots offense right now, and James White is your big weapon here. Edelman. Oh, they have Gronk. I mean,
yeah, but Gronk can only do so much.
And I feel like RFF can use or cover Gronk, and that should kind of take him out of the game.
Especially with a guy like Matthew Honey Badger, Tyron,
You have Honey Badger, but those linebackers are pretty good too with McKinney, Merciless. Yeah. You know, I don't know. I can't see the Patriots really scoring on that team. When you look at his wide receivers, man, Edelman 85 speed, Chris Hogan 88, Decker 86. You know, you got Patterson and Dorsett, but their route running is going to be pretty low.
I think it might be a struggle.
So either he's going to be going deep all game, which I'm assuming there'll be 2 safeties over the top most of the game because of that speed. If he uses those guys, if not, then it's just going to be he's going to struggle to move the ball, I believe. Short passes are tough against good users. They tend to cover the entire middle of the field with one linebacker. So yeah, I'll go Texans.
Up next, we have, I believe it's King Bernard on the Titans. I'm actually just looking at NFL.com right now because my phone died. So, and reality's proof of the Dolphins. That sounds right. Who you got there? Dolphins, Titans.
Dolphins, Titans. Two teams I know nothing about. Right. But I'm going to go Titans because they have to have the better team this year. I haven't looked at them, but
Dolphins are garbage.
How much the Titans improved last year. I know they have a good safety there. I'm assuming a good linebacker or two. They usually have good linebackers. Still have Derrick Henry. Still have what's his name, Mariota,
Right.
and who's their wide receivers right now?
Do they? I have no idea.
Well,
Oh, no, I still have no idea. Chris Davis, is that a person? Sounds right.
Rashard Matthews,
Yeah, he's
Corey
good.
Davis, and
Corey Davis.
Tywan Taylor. So, yeah, I mean, I still think with they do have Taylor Lewan on the line too, so he should be looking at his line here. It's not great.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go like the Dolphins are right there at the bottom as it relates to use as teams in the league right now, talent wise. Tannehill is good enough that you don't have to replace him, but he's not good enough that you're like, I don't need to replace him.
No,
And
I agree.
that's pretty much all that there is there.
Yeah, just based on all the teams without not knowing a lot about the users. Yeah, you're right. I mean, the Dolphins are just they're going to be. My prediction would be without knowing the user, the Dolphins finish in with the top 5. Is that bad?
Up next, we have my boy. I have a lot of boys. You'll learn that. Jay Face in the Cleveland Browns against Arlen and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm going to cut you off right there because the person that wins this game is just like it's going to be in real life when the Cleveland Browns take it to the ship. Baby.
Okay, so you think the Browns are going to beat the Steelers week 1?
In awful and in real life, yes.
I mean, can you elaborate?
We almost beat them with Deshaun Kaiser.
Okay.
That's all I really have to say. They start out slow all the time in real life. But in Madden, I think the Browns are a better overall team than the Steelers. Even though they haven't got a lot of good old players, the Browns have a lot of good every players. And I think my boy J-Face, I think Arlen might be a little rusty. I keep saying that every time I say his name, but I'm going Browns. No bias.
I'm with you. I'm with you on this one. I think the Browns can win this game. Early in the cycle like this, you have to kind of go off the team a lot because guys are still learning the sliders, and the Browns are the better team overall right now to start out, and they likely will be most of the cycle. So Arlen has his work cut out for him with an aging Steelers team.
I mean, he's got talent. He's got a lot of talent for this year at least. We'll see how long it lasts.
Yeah, but so do the Browns. I mean, I'm looking at their cornerbacks right now. They have 380 guys.
They have 4 80 overall corners and 2 80 overall free safeties. And I believe 2 strong safeties near 80.
Denzel Ward's going to be ridiculous.
Did you say something about barbecue back there? Hurt my feelings. Up next, we've got Bring Back Jimmy and the Dallas Cowboys up against my cat bro for life, Z-Car, and Carolina Panthers. Who you got?
Cowboys, Panthers. You know, I don't know how much either one of them is playing the game right now. I think the teams are evenly matched, but I don't know who's been playing the most. Z-Car hasn't been in the chat too much, and he seems kind of surprised to learn about the one cut thing. So I think I'm going to take the Cowboys here. I think Bring Back Jimmy has been in the chat a little more active. I'm going to go with the more active guy.
I didn't know that being in the chat equated to winning, because if that was true, I would never go 7-9.
Well, but it doesn't equate to winning, but there's definitely a little bit of correlation in there, because if you're active, you're playing the game. If you're playing the game, you're getting better. You're learning the game.
I don't get any better. I'm still me. What the fuck?
Well, I mean, you just have to deal with that. Not much you can do.
I'm going with my boy Cabro for life, Z-Car, because he's got Luke Kuechly. I believe that's how that's pronounced. And how's it pronounced? Why do I always pronounce Kuechly?
Yeah.
I'm going with Kuechly. It sounds funnier.
I know it looks like Kuechly, but it's Kuechly.
He's a goddamn cheat code in this game. I've learned that. And I think he'll be able to get Mr. CMC, Ed McCaffrey's boy, going. He'll have to deal with the lack. He's got DJ Moore, rookie wide receiver, and my boy, Devin Funchess, and that's about it. But yeah,
Well,
I'm gonna go Panthers.
Cowboys have a 95 overall Sean Lee, which I don't know why he's so high. He doesn't play, it seems like. Uh, they have 91 overall DeMarcus Lawrence. Yeah,
Well, yeah,
I'm
it's the
sticking with the
Cowboys.
Cowboys here. I think the Cowboys are
I
they're
understand
a
picking the
good team.
Cowboys because their team is like overrated, literally
They're
overrated.
very much so overrated.
Speaking of overrated, up next we've got one of the games I'm most looking forward to: Otto and the Denver Broncos versus Saran Wrap and the Seattle Seahawks. Who you got?
I want to take the Broncos because Seattle's offensive line is so bad.
Oh, it's so bad.
So, but I know Saran is a good user, but I'm gonna
I
go
don't know if
Broncos.
he's good enough to overcome that line against that defense.
That's where I'm at. So I'm gonna go Broncos. I have to just because the defense is good, should still be good. They're not great, but they should still be good. And the Seattle's offensive line is just that bad.
Yeah, I mean, you got Earl in the back. You've got some good pieces on defense for Seattle. Maybe you can slow the Denver offense down. But if he goes back to throw at all, he's not going to have a good day.
Oh, it's gonna be low scoring too. This is gonna be like a 14-10 game, or 17-14
Well,
type
when you
game.
keep a game 14-10, 17-14, anybody can win.
True.
And with that, I'm going to pick a tie because they both suck.
Yeah, I don't think you can pick a tie there.
I can pick a tie if I won. I made the rules.
But my God, if you got it right, and they actually tied right there, that'd be amazing.
You'd never hear the end of that.
Fuck no.
Speaking of teams in the NFL, because I didn't really have a segue, RKO and the New York Jets face off against Prudy, apparently who likes fruity drinks, I've learned, of the Detroit Lions.
I heard about the fruity drinks.
In this game, I'm taking the Jets and that good defense.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't have the best quarterbacks right now with Darnold and Bridgewater. Although Darnold looks like he's a scheme fit.
I played him in preseason and he was lighting me the fuck up.
I'm surprised Darnold is just quick development. I thought he'd have been a star. But either way, his wide receivers are good enough to get the job done here. I'm looking at it right now with Robbie Anderson. He's got some good speed on him. Jermaine Kearse and Inowa, is that his name? So he's got a good little shot.
Quincy?
Yeah.
Inowa. I don't fucking know.
So
it's a lot too many vowels.
That's what Jets are lacking at running back, but I mean, I'm not going to pick against RKO. He's played so well in the league, last year. So I'm not picking against.
Nothing against Prudy and the Lions. The Lions are a solid team. They're just one of those teams where you're either going to be like 8-8 or 7-9. I know from experience.
Right, you got 5 seasons to learn that?
Yeah, it didn't take too long to figure it out, though. Speaking of average, we have NB is his name. He's new. He's not cheesy like the last guy who left. And the Bengals against Baba Schwag and the Indianapolis Colts. And this is one of those games where it's two really garbage teams helmed by two people that I'm not familiar with, and I have no idea who to pick.
Oh, I do. I'm going to use my whole theory of chat activity and go with the Bengals. I haven't seen Bobby in the chat in years. And
in years. I haven't known him for years. But I haven't seen him there I haven't been in the chat for years.
And NB is all up in the chat. He's in there. And I don't think his team is as bad as you would think. He still has a really good Tyler Eifert, still has AJ Green, still has look at his running backs, man.
Joe Mixon.
Mixon's really good speed and acceleration. Both have really good agility. Like, it's a good team. Maybe looking at his line real quick. Offensive line's kind of shitty, but most teams have a shitty offensive line.
Yeah.
You get Carlos Dunlap on the line, Carl Lawson. Oh yeah, Geno Atkins, the defensive tackle. Yeah, man, that team's not bad. Navarro Bowman. Preston Brown's kind of crappy, but Vontez perfect. And then the cornerbacks with William Jackson and who's that? Darquez Denard.
They're all right. They're
Yeah.
nothing great.
Well, they're the better team of the two
I am going to
by
go
far.
with the Colts for this reason I literally just made up. I'm pretty sure the NB stands for no bueno.
No bueno, no good.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
Even though the Colts' best cornerback is a 23-year-old, 74 overall guy.
Take that best quarterback, and you can never be wrong, even if you are.
Dude, the culture's so bad. I'm looking at him right now. I don't blame Bobby for being so quiet. I'd be quiet too.
Going from really bad teams to one really good team and a team I'm not really sure about. We have Hackenor and the San Francisco 49ers against Big K and the Minnesota Vikings. Who you got?
Oh, Vikings, hands down. They're the better team, and Big K is a really good user.
We're not saying that Hackenor is not a good user. I'm just saying I've never seen him play a game, even though I was in a league with him a year ago.
Same here.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying. So, yeah, Big K, hands down. Easy. Might be a bad win.
Yeah, I don't see any point in really elaborating on that. The Vikings are a better team.
Moving over to one of my favorite divisions, the AFC Worst. We have Captain Rollout himself and the Kansas City Chiefs against Shuck and the Chargers. And I am just going to stick with the whole better team wins, and that's the Chargers because they're one of the better teams in the game.
You think they're the better team than the Chiefs?
I
played against the Chiefs, and that was a pain in the ass.
I mean, yeah, I just think the Chargers are really good. I think Pat Mahomes is cool. He's got a big arm. He can run around. But Phillip Rivers is solid, and he's going to be accurate. Pat Mahomes isn't going to be accurate all the time.
It's not Pat Mahomes I'd be worried about. It's Tyreek Hill with a 98 speed, and then Watkins 92, Chris Connolly.
Have you seen the Chargers corners? They lost a really good corner and are still overloaded at corner.
Who'd they lose?
Brett.
Oh, for the season?
Yeah, as per usual. He does it all the time.
Shit. We have are pre-existing injuries on this year?
Are you new?
Dude, I didn't even notice it. I remember talking about it. I thought it was going to be on, but
is it your first day?
It feels like it sometimes.
Jesus.
Dude, so much shit goes on in the chat. I can't keep up sometimes.
You know, when I said I was going to fire you for public, I was being sarcastic, but you're making me change my mind.
At least I knew when Advanced Day was. You have to give me that.
Throwing shade. I like it. Up next, we have a new person who's also an old person. I call him old because his name is Papa Perry of the Washington Redskins versus Sir Felgar of the Arizona Cardinals. Who you got?
I keep hearing that the Redskins are actually a good team in Madden, and I haven't really looked.
They have a good offensive line. I think they got good pieces. I think Alex is good enough.
You know what? Yeah. So, wait, it's the Redskins and who?
Cardinals.
Cardinals. I'm going to go Redskins. I think they have the better quarterback to start out. Well, no, they have Bradford in Arizona. Well, he's probably going to start Rosen.
No, he doesn't. Bradford is not in Arizona anymore. He let him go.
Oh, did he?
Bradford is now in Chicago.
Did he trade him?
No, I think he just cut him.
And he didn't go over waivers? I definitely would try picking him up. That sucks.
The fuck you need Sam Bradford for?
I'm not going to have Breeze after next season.
You're not going to have Sam Bradford either. He's going to fucking die getting off the plane.
I don't think I would have got him on waivers anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Redskins, I think.
I want to put faith into Sir Felgar because he's good. I know that he's good, but I don't know if that Cardinals team is good enough for him yet. That offensive line I don't think is very good. He's got David Johnson. He's got Larry Fitz. And, Patrick Peterson on the outside and all that kind of stuff. I think it'll be a good game, depending on how Papa Perry translates back into the awful world.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a decent matchup. I don't know much about either user. Uh, I'm going with the Redskins. I keep hearing about how good the Redskins team is in Madden, so I'm going to give them the edge here.
Well, we talked about Sam Bradford. Let's go talk about his team. Isaiah and the Chicago Bears travel to the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field to face Husker and the Green Bay Packers. We got.
You pick this one first. I can't. I got to
I
think
got.
about it.
I gotta go with the far better quarterback, regardless of which one Chicago starts. Aaron Rodgers, even if that defense is fucking garbage. And my boy Husker, even if he wants to talk about how he struggles all the time. I ain't listening.
So I don't. I mean, I haven't played much with Husker. I know he can be really good, uh, but I've seen Isaiah and the Bears do really well, and as of late, and he did roll me in a game we played when he had the Chiefs. So I'm going to pick the Bears in this one. I think he's been playing a lot and really practicing, and yeah, I think he has. I think he has it this season to really compete season one.
It depends on how he does at quarterback. I think he's going to run the ball a lot because that's what he does. I've seen him do it 20 times in a row to start a game. It was fun. I'm glad I was there.
Who, the
But,
Bears?
yep,
No, he's gonna sling that ball all over the field.
not with a fucking 74 overall Mitchell Trubisky.
He's gonna start
Or,
Bradford.
yeah, that's not going to end well. It's just not.
I think he's gonna sling it. That's what I think. From what I've seen him playing, late last cycle he was slinging the ball, and when we played the other day he was slinging it. I think that's the way he's gonna go.
If you define slinging it as swing passes to Cohen, then I agree with you. There's going to be a
No, I
lot of
define slinging it as reading the defense and hitting guys open on like wide ass open down the field, like he was against me. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I just sucked that day
or every day.
or every day.
Well, going from talking about people being wide ass open to playing a team where no one will ever be open and you will never have time to pass the ball anyways, Weapon X and the Los Angeles Rams take on former Los Angeles, now Oakland, future Nevada, Las Vegas, something Raiders and Sage. Who you got?
So I can't use my whole theory of chat activity gives you an edge here.
Oh God, no!
Because
Unless you're in 2K, if you're in the 2K forum, he'll talk your ear off.
well, so that's where I'm at right there. So I have to go with the Rams though because the Rams are just so much better. I'm gonna go Rams with that one.
I think it's
just because of the team.
It's a no-brainer. Nah-brainer. Okay, we got 3 more games. I'm gonna start with mine, which is me losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars and King of Wakanda. Duh.
Well, your only saving grace there would be if he doesn't know we're in week 1 and he misses his game.
I mean, it seems to be a pattern with some people. That would be literally my only saving grace, though. So nobody tell him. Just let it roll out. I'll take a straight sim. I don't give a shit.
You probably have a better chance with the straight sim, but that he did lose Bouye, so you know, for what it's worth, he won't be there. You still have to worry about Ramsey and the rest of the Saxonville, and then
he lost 194 overall, and he's still probably got a 90 overall defense.
I want to get. I want to see what he does with Leonard Fournette. Say I want to get Fournette. I'd love to get Fournette, but I want to see what he does with Fournette. I don't remember Wakanda being much of a rusher. He was more of a downfield passer. So
yeah, that's going to be interesting to see if he uses them at all. Honestly,
right, and also he doesn't have the team for a downfield. You know what I mean? Like with Bortles as your quarterback. I mean, how much damage can he do downfield?
The other game, which will also
Westbrook. Yeah, we'll see.
The other game, which will also probably be a blowout, because one of them sucks and one of them is J-Shock. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers play the New Orleans Saints. And I think that I don't want to say anything because I play both of them this year. Who you got?
I honestly think, and I'm not being modest or trying to trick anybody, but I think the Buccaneers are gonna beat me week one. I think Jay Shock wins the game. I think he's played a lot, and
Upset alert.
I still feel like I'm struggling a little bit on offense, and I really haven't got my defense down yet. It feels like if I do nothing, the defense plays better. But anytime I make any adjustment, I give up a big play. So I'm not overly confident right now. He did beat me the other day when we played, and that was with the Jaguars in my defense. He had the Jaguars defense. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I do think J Shock does beat me week one.
You been keeping tabs on the game of the week? You know where they're at?
I was, and the stream just froze there.
Oh, sad face.
So
what was the last thing you saw?
It was 21-3 Falcons.
Ouch!
And I just saw that it looked like almost a block, a fumble or something. It was 4th and 30 when Public was punting.
Wow.
Yeah, so not going
not
good
a
for
good
Public.
day. Not a good day for the defending champs, it seems, which is ironic and has nothing to do with the fact that you just told me the score because I was totally going to pick the Falcons.
I actually would have picked the Eagles. I thought Public had been playing a lot, and that the Eagles defense.
He's been on a lot. He hasn't been playing a lot, it seems.
Well, I thought his defense would have kept him in the game more than 21-3.
Pretty sure he was on all last night because I was on all last night and I haven't went to bed yet and I'm really tired.
That's true. We had talked about this earlier. I went to bed and you were up, and usually when you're working, you're up the same time as me. But I knew you were off today and you were still up, so you haven't gone to bed yet, have you?
I have not. I woke up at 5 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday, and tomorrow's probably going to suck a lot.
Yeah. You should probably go to bed. But I hear you opening something back there. Is that a monster?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Shut up. Excuse me, I'm thirsty.
You're thirsty.
Anything else you want to talk about? We've rambled on for about 42 minutes. It's a good amount of time, I think. I need a cigarette anyways. You want to let me get one?
I don't believe we have anything else to talk about. There was something else we were supposed to talk about, and we were going to throw in the week one preview, and I don't remember what it was. And it wasn't the patch notes. That just was a last-minute throw-in. Do you remember what it was?
Do you think I remember things? I don't remember shit. I don't remember what I did yesterday. And that was still today.
Right, so technically you're still on yesterday.
Fuck. Why am I awake? Can I go to bed now?
Yeah, sure. Go to bed. All right. Well, that's going to end it for us here. I hope you guys enjoyed this little quick breakdown of the patch notes and the week one preview, just to kind of get some more content out there. And hopefully it sounded okay, because last time we had to record with Audacity, and then Mike had to go and patch it together. And so you got I guess good sound quality out of it. And then when we checked it on YouTube, there were segments that were cut out. So hopefully it doesn't happen with this one, but we will see. But that's all I got. Mike, you have anything else?
Yawn.
Okay. All right, guys. Good luck this season, and see you guys in, I guess, week 4 more than likely. Later.